Now, wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, oh. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one, Maiyegun, you go show na paper. Maiyegun diary political. So my people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come.
Oh, yo. Hello there. You're welcome to Maiyegun's Diary again tonight. More or less like me saying, welcome back. So, if you have read the caption of the broadcast, you can make your own contribution accordingly. And this is Maiyegun Live. So tonight, I want to make it an open mic. The number to dial, just when you want to phone in tonight, please, apart from making it brief, I also want you to phone in through WhatsApp, not any other direct line, okay? So thank you so much for joining me. If you read the caption of the broadcast, you will be able to also make your own contribution accordingly. But primarily, you should subscribe if you haven't on Maiyegun's Diary and set your notification on as usual. Tonight, I want to pick on this topic of the attempted or planned rearrest of Omoyele Sowore. And I know that many of you have your own different views about Omoyele Sowore's political positions on the development in Nigeria. But nevertheless, as much as you might have your own disagreement with Omoyele Sowore's style, you cannot, by any means, in truest sense of it, in your own church mind, as we love to say, ever blame Sowore for anything that is going on in Nigeria. I mean, genuinely, except for the fact that if those who wants to see very much, who are still very much upset about the 2015 elections, many people were upset. Many people who, in fact, also voted for Buhari campaign, and all of them have come out to say, well, they regretted. People have moved on. A lot of things have happened after that. But we know there are those who are still very much hurting from that. And there's no much we can do to help you, okay? But one thing you will never blame Omoyele Sowore for is that he's never been in any political office. He's never signed any of your check. He's never been a government contractor, never been a business that promotes any government. And you will never in any way say, oh, yeah, at some point, he also was one of those who probably processed or approved this in Nigeria. So you can't. Whatever your displeasure, whatever your disagreement is with Omoyele Sowore, you cannot say that what the government of Nigeria is doing to him right now is justifiable by no standard. If you think like that, I will understand. We know those who believe that Omoyele Sowore should be sacrificed for whatever the odds they are currently nursing. I won't really be able to help you in that. But we cannot continue to look away while they continue to perpetuate this illegality, which actually spares no one, by the way, whether you supported Buhari, whether you didn't. With what is on ground, everyone will have a share or a bite of the dictatorship. So this is why I decided to open the line tonight, because Omoyele Sowore raised alarm a year ago, more than a year ago, August 5. I think they picked him up on August the 3rd, 2019. That was when the aggrieved Nigerians then decided to stage what was called the revolution now, called by Omoyele Sowore and so many other activists who came together, and they are called the Coalition for Revolution. They called CORE, C-O-R-E. So Sowore happens to be the signature of all eyes. He was seen as the one who was the force behind all those forces coming together. Therefore, they went for him. So in a Gestapo style, on the 3rd of on the 3rd of August 2000, in fact, hang on. Yeah. So on the what do you call it, on the 3rd of August 2019, the Daura Secret Service decided, without any legal warrant, without any court warrant, invaded the house of Omoyele Sowore, where he was staying in Lagos. They invaded his house, arrested him in a Gestapo style, and a day after that, he was moved to Abuja. While in Abuja, they started putting together things, trumped up charges, things they can come up with as the reason why he was arrested. The purpose of that arrest was to discourage the planned protest, if you remember. So many people laughed. Some of you actually justified that. But what you condemn, what you justified that they did to him and did to all the revolutionary, protesters at the time, are the same thing they did, or they just did to the NSAS protesters. So what they came up with was that Omoyele Sowore was planning to overthrow Buhari. Remember that? Omoyele Sowore was planning to overthrow Buhari. That was the charges. Then they said, oh, he transferred $10,000 from Sahara Reporters account to Sahara Reporters account in New York. So they came up with all those trumped up fake lies and all of that in order to keep him. So they kept him in their detention for more than 5 months, if you remember that. Now, on the 5th month,
he was released on bail. They put together stringent conditions as bail conditions to limit him in Abuja, and he's been in Abuja since then. So then, he never stopped, by the way. Even when they released, he never stopped. Someone said Omoyele Sowore is when government, because government ignored him, he's now living, he's thinking he's bigger than himself. That is a slave mentality, bro. Listen, I know some of you who will say dirty things simply because of from where you are coming from. Okay, it's either you have your own belief from that same slavish mentality that is very common with many Nigerians, by the way. Yeah, slavish mentality that makes you believe that you have no right until government says you have the right. Your right to protest, your right to disagree with the government policies and all of that are guaranteed in that your constitution. There's nothing like government is ignoring him. For government to go after him is the illegality there. But because of the long-time military abuse, psychological abuse that many generations, many of us like this were subjected to, long time of military rule that has given validity to soldiers beating you up on the street, where people, instead of people to ask, why is that, why are you beating him? What did he do? What has he done? Why are you beating him up? That mentality that says you should blame the victim and say, well, if you didn't do anything, the soldiers will not be beating you. The military mentality, a long time one. That is why you will blame me. In fact, there are many of you who are actually blaming him for whatever is wrong in Nigeria today. And you are defending the real criminals who are the actors, who are actually perpetrating all this criminality against you. So I can understand where you are coming from if you are an APC member who once saw Sahara Reporters as the most credible platform when they were exposing the PDP government at the time. Then, when the table turned and the lifeless Buhari, who is dealing with everybody anyway, whether you are APC or PDP, you can pretend, I understand. But that you are pretending about it will not change the fact. The fact remains that those actors, those who were Senate president, who were senators, who were speakers, who were this for PDP, for that, for APC, who were governors, all these characters who are in fact, in charge of your day-to-day destiny in that country by their actions and all that. Those who are responsible, you defend them to attack Sowore. So we understand where you're coming from. But what we are saying is that, listen, even if you see him as a total opposite of what you were raised as, many of you were not raised to ask questions. Many of you were not raised to look up to people who are older than you, or who look richer than you, or who appear powerful than you. You are not raised to question them. So that mentality also is working, whereby the victim mentality that says, if I manage myself, I will be safe. I don't want to be a troublemaker. I don't want soldiers to beat me. I don't want government to arrest me. I don't want this to happen. I don't want that to happen. That mentality is there. I understand. But listen, there are people who were raised differently, and there were people who actually raised themselves differently. Whatever Sowore is doing right there in Nigeria right now, and every individual who is standing up to challenge the status quo and ask the government to be responsible for everything they are doing right now is so legitimate that your government is criminalizing that. And that is the wrong thing that you should be up and against, because you can be the next victim. Yes, it can be you. People have been lamenting about almost everything that is wrong with Nigeria. But not many have the ball to stand up and demand that all those things should change. But right there before you want to play victims, right? And you want some Jesus or some, God somewhere to come in and just rescue you, or just kill those criminals and then free you. Just like that, without doing anything. You've been doing that for long. Why do you think it is right for the government who has no case? At least you will expect government government, Ijoba, the government who should have all details of data and everything, the government to be able to have their facts ready. But in Nigeria, they don't need all of that. All they need is just the media trump up charges. Nobody will ask for evidence, and that's it. And the media will continue to repeat that. They will continue to repeat that narrative, and the poor people who should know better are continually misled about the right information. And when you ask them today, they will say Sowore is a troublemaker. How? When the NSAS protesters were shot at and sent away, the young people who were still very much on that street demanding that the demands of the NSAS protesters should be met. They will meet that demand. That. But that they said they would, and therefore everybody should go away. What about the victims that they said they were going to take care of? Have you seen anything? Even you who believe in them. Okay, some of you who don't believe that Sowore should be any. I don't even understand where that beef or what the meaning of that beef in true sense of it. You want the government to do the right thing. He wants the government to do the right thing. But you turn around. Many people are actually agreeing, by the way. Many people are now agreeing that the problem is not just the APC. The problem is also PDP and every one of them moving about. And this is not going down well with many of these PDP lapdogs. And that's the problem. And they will continue to use that gap of, well, though I don't trust Sowore, and I ask you, who do you trust? You trust who? Saraki? Who? Atiku? Or who else do you have out there that some of you are pushing again? These are the characters who contributed to what you have today. These are the characters that should ordinarily be answering questions about their roles in bringing Buhari to government, and in fact should never ever be trusted in any judgment that is political anymore. But there you are. I have a caller, but it seems that the network is acting up. Sorry, can you hear me? Hello. This number is from Nigeria, and the network seems to be really bad. Sorry, bro. You can try back again. The line is terrible. So you can use that number on your screen, right? But it should be through WhatsApp. If you call it through another means, you won't be getting through, okay? So yeah, you can phone in and make your own, make your own expression known. But what we are saying is that if you disagree with what Sowore stands for, and you agree that everything is wrong with the system in Nigeria, there is something that you are not sharing, and that something is your personal beef, which is understandable. I understand that we cannot all. Sorry, let me take this call. Hello there. Hello, bro. Can you hear me? No. Hello, this is Maiyegun. This is not. I wanted you to listen to the call rather than It's really terrible. Sorry, that's another from Nigeria. That is really bad. So if you try that number, you'll be able to get through. Why do they want to kill him? Is the point. Let's agree that you don't agree with him. Okay, fine, great. Many of you never agreed there with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before now. I know many of you who were dagger, you're like dagger down, ready for war, calling for so many division and all of that. Remember when the IPOP were very much help and doing with the Biafra agitation? You remember? Many of you now agree with them. Many of you now agree with Nnamdi Kanu. Before now, you remember? Because if you think deeper, you will realize that whatever you are angry about, whatever is upsetting you about Nigeria, It's the same thing that is upsetting every individual you see out there, including Sowore. He hasn't committed any crime against you, if you think it through. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. This is Maiyegun live. You are on. Your name and where you are calling from.
So my name is William. I'm calling from Lagos.
William from Lagos.
Yes.
Lovely, Baba. You're on here now, so please go ahead.
All right. So first of all, I want to appreciate your program. I want to appreciate the sort of platform that educates young minds.
Thank
that
you.
we need to fight for our country. I mean, growing up in Nigeria, I grew up in Nigeria, and there was this level of optimism as a child. I always believed in Nigeria, but today the belief is gone. I mean, if we sit down and fold our hands and just allow these governments to treat us like we don't matter, what are we doing for our children?
Criminalizing us, Williams. Criminalizing us. If you express yourself, you get criminalized for that. How long is that going to be?
Exactly. We need to say enough is enough. We fight for our country because there is no place like home. We need to make our home conducive. An average Nigerian has the mindset of traveling abroad. I need to go abroad. I need to travel abroad. That's the level these people have made this country to become. I want for big tech companies. Nigerians are one of the smartest sets of people. This thing can never work. It's either we divide or we restructure this country. We need to fight for this country. I need people outside Nigeria to help put more pressure on these people's ass. They will try to fighting youths. But this is the time. This is the best time to shoot our shots. We need to say enough is enough. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Williams. Thanks so much for that contribution. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. I have another caller. Hello there. Good evening. This is Maiyegun.
Mr. Papa Maiyegun.
Kabiesi.
I just want to shout out and say well done.
Thank you.
They will always want to kill Sowore because he's not in the same page with them. They will always want to kill him. They call the protestants. They said they are tyrants. Anarchy is the other way around. Until every young Nigerians starts killing their parents before they will know that they don't stop. Maybe until drivers start poisoning their masters, until cook start poisoning all their organs before they will know that something is up. This thing is not it's not as if the youth are fighting war. They are fighting war against the youth. Now they know that social media is out there to expose everyone. They came to presidency, they came to power through social media. Now the other way around, social media is playing back at them.
Now they want to kill social media.
Now they want to kill social media. And Sowore is part of the social media. Fine. Sowore made a mistake, but then nobody is God. You would never know when you make a mistake. By helping Buhari to come in 2015. Fine. Jonathan is not even dead. Jonathan is like a living dead man. Dead.
But Buhari has made Jonathan look so good now, you know, with what Buhari has done now. Everything Jonathan did at the time, they were just like shy plate now. And I believe that's one of the reasons why everybody is angry.
That is the issue of Nigeria. The past is always better than the present. Nigeria needs to divide. We are in a country here. I'm a victim of SARS myself. I'm a victim of SARS myself. If Scotland can have a referendum, why Lagos State can't have a referendum?
I wonder how.
If British can have a referendum, oh,
Why can someone do or Baliga can't have a referendum? Why must there be under one Olodudu they call himself to says is the Jagaban, is the Ashwaju of Lagos State? Why would we be under him all the time? Is all this come 2023 the youth should vote them out. That is just it.
Thank you, Baba. Let's hear from others too. You didn't give me your name for the record.
Ayo.
AY. Nice one, Baba.
Yeah.
Have a good night. So let's continue. Sure, Baba. Nice one. You see, sometimes when we mention Sowore here, some of you don't see the bigger pictures. And we all need to see the bigger picture here. Okay? If you look deeply, this is not about Sowore. It is about you. It is about me. Because whatever they do to him, they can do to you. All they need is just to say you've done something. That's all they need. That's all they need. Hello, sir.
Yes.
You are true to Maiyegun's diary. Yes, sir. My name is your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Paul. I'm calling from London.
Paul from London. Paulo.
Yes, sir.
You are true to Maiyegun's diary, sir. Please, fire on, sir.
Long I've been trying to get in touch with you.
I'm so glad you made it tonight.
You're a great man. Thank you so much for the work you are doing, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks a
We
lot.
really love you.
Thanks so
We
much.
love you, man. We love you.
I love you too.
We're behind. We're supporting you.
I love you too. Thank you.
See, Nigeria,
Yes, sir.
Nigeria experience is a messed up country, man. It's messed up. You see, my word tonight is for the youth. We should not back down, man. We get that country. We own that country. We should not back down. Let me tell you what's playing,
Please.
Is this cabals, this Fulani cabals that they want holding us to ransom. But I'm telling you, what happened in the first protest exercise? The one way they come up again, they go worse than that one.
The second wave.
Worse than that one. They will not say worse than we. You understand me now? Now we own that country, man. We own that country. So we let them be arrested or whatever. Say this is a generation of social media. And with that, man, we want to get there. No, I just want to really want to appreciate you, man. You are doing a good job. They watch you.
I am everly grateful, Paulo, because I can feel it too. Yes, thank you.
So they fear. They can't share with the family of those useless people. They fear. They fear. They don't say that we will take over them. That's just not it. We don't let that happen.
Thank you.
Until we get what we look for, man.
It's a matter of time. But you know one thing, Paulo, one thing is this. All of us know that Nigeria is not working. Some people are asking, no, break up. Some are saying that we should kick those idiots out there and put in a system that we actually acknowledge everybody's existence like a proper country. And when you look at the whole thing, even I said, all of us are looking for the same thing. First, Nigeria must be, before we can then decide, okay, shall we won't stay or we won't break. But with this kind of people, and the way we are tearing ourselves apart, how can we get there? How?
The good thing is our eyes don't open. The youth are beginning to see that, this course we are fighting, it's a good course. They should have more now. You understand?
I get you.
They should have more now. But the thing is, I want to restructure it, man. When let's restructure our country, when we restructure it, they will begin to say, okay, when we stay, we will break. You understand me?
That's true.
So for me, that's my personal opinion.
Nice one, Baba. I appreciate that. Yes. Nice one. Have a good night, Thanks a lot. Have a good one, Paulo. Yeah, Baba. Nice one. So that's Paul from London, a great guy. So I have another caller. This time around, this is from Nigeria. Hopefully. Hello. Hello. Oh dear. Sorry. My guy, you are just listening to. See, when you phone in, please, just listen to the phone, okay? Don't listen to the audio. It's a bit delayed. If you are listening to that, you are going to keep us waiting, okay? Once you phone in, listen to the phone, not the video you're watching. Thank you. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it is evening here in Glasgow. Sorry, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, this is Bobby calling from Malaysia.
Bobby from Mali. How you doing tonight? Or this morning, rather, Bobby?
I'm good. I just want to say thank you for the good work you're doing, because your mic is always on. Your mic is not off.
You know they go off.
That country, you see that country called Nigeria. My brother, if I remember that country, I actually cry. I don't lie, you actually shed tears. You see, average youth Nigeria, where any guy who say in Nigeria, like, want to work at any time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take it like this now. Like, if you have opportunity to go out from Nigeria, whereby in like that country where you are, you don't have to go over there. Instead of you to allow immigration or police to deport you, you rather die over there than being deported. Why? Because the country where they want to deport you to, it's not okay. People are jumping like when police come to your house, someone will jump from 32 floor. Like the person who want to turn to Spider-Man, like already have in mind like, oh, if he jump, God, there is God that is going to save him. Why? Because he know that the country that is going back is not okay. He rather die than to be deported. Why? Because of bad country. No road, no light, no school. In fact, the easiest way for that country is what? To divide. To let that country be free, to let everybody go their separate ways. Because nothing is working in that country at all. Nothing is working in that country. If I get money now, my plan is just to take my family out of that country. Even if Ghana, just give them in Ghana. Because that country is not working. Nothing is working in that country.
So we are just going to keep getting as many people out as possible. But what about those who are going to leave behind? What do you have for them? What's your word for them?
What was it called? I watched the Maya program with the priest yesterday. The Maya said he only think about himself. So for me now, if it is like that, I'm only thinking about my family, because the country is not working. They don't only think about themselves. How many years now? 60 years of no road, no light, no nothing. Same
complaint, year in, year out.
This country where we are now, you can never see the youth of this country that you want to travel out of their country. It's not possible. It's not possible. If you come out from school, or their country will give you car, they will give you a house. Even if you don't have money, you pay small. 30 years, 25 years. But where we're coming from, everything, your name is Oyo.
Oh, why you? Bobby, thank you so much, Papa. So everybody is on OYO in Nigeria. It's a shame.
Yes,
It is well. Thank you very much, Obi. Let me hear from others too. Nice one.
no problem.
Stay safe, Baba. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, my friends.
Lovely, Baba. So I have a caller, which I hope is from Lagos. Hello. Hello, sir.
This is Olayinka, Mr. Maiyegun.
Kabiyesi. I'm very well, sir. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm listening to your program more than thinking now what I want to contribute tonight.
It's a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Go on.
People are talking about different kind of things. You're really doing well, man. You're really doing well. I appreciate what you effort. And may God Almighty will be with you and your family.
Amen. And
the problem about the what they call it, Omoyele Sowore, people are saying a lot of things about the guy. But for me, what I believe is that Omoyele Sowore is not doing anything wrong to Nigeria. But we in Nigeria, we have something that is wrong with us. Number one, I broke up with my best friend because of Omoyele Sowore in 2000, when Omoyele Sowore was trying to contest for president.
Running for office.
Tell me, when I sent a message to him, say, hey guy, this is what we're going to do. This guy will, Omoyele Sowore is the one we're going to vote for. He told me that the guy don't have a character of president. I said, what? He said, what's the character of president? What do you mean by that? Can you give me
your definition of character?
The Nigerian guy is telling me that Omoyele Sowore. I said, okay, can you give me what kind of a character do you expect from the people to be a president? But they didn't give me specific things, but I was shocked. Understand? The guy was a professional doctor, he's a professional. Understand?
It's sad.
I'm trying to tell, according to what you've been learning from the psychology of all everything, you should give me the perspective, the main thing that Omoyele Sowore is not qualified to be a president. But they didn't give me that thing. I was very angry, so angry about that. But later, I will now discover that Mr. Maiyegun, for 1 million years, if we continue with Nigeria like this, we will never achieve anything. A lot of things to be said. Number one, but the system we are practicing, the system we are in now, people will be continue before and be subjected to a crime. No matter how you want to do it, people will be telling you, I'm a Muslim. People will be telling you that, oh, because the God was causing, no, the God was saying this.
It's because of the sins of our fathers, sins of our forefathers. Which sins?
And there is in the Quran chapter, in the Quran 2, God Almighty Allah says that, okay, you human being, those for who believe, I just want to say now, those for who believe, we're going to be testing you for different kind of thing. But Allah said that, okay, you will have a crop, your crop will not be germinated, that's a test. You have a children will die, you will do a business, you will lose the profit. And Allah mentioned the kind of 5 different things that is normally, it is a common thing that Almighty God is giving to the people their own creator. But we die, we don't believe on that. And that's what is happening to all over the world, not just only black people, white people, in European, Asian, everywhere. What we don't believe is that we just focus on what, if you have any problem, we don't know that our problem is our country, the law, the institute. But we don't believe that. We believe on what God said. Oh, if you have any problem, you go to Alpha. If you have a problem, you go to pastor. Which is nothing. The government, the system is our problem. But people don't know. And when you say to them,
but we are supposed to be the system, sir. Are we not supposed to be the system? Is the system not the reflection of us as a people?
Yes. I want to tell you, Mr. Maiyegun,
sir.
I was in a cartoon in June 12. Do you know what is happening in June 12? What is happening in Alimosho was greater, was calamity than what is happening in NSAS on 20th of this month, or last month. Understand? But there is no camera. Thank you for the technology. Thank you for WhatsApp. Thank you for Facebook. Thank you for live stream. In the cartoon, Alimosho was looted. Everything was destroyed in Alimosho, but there is no picture because later they bring the soldier. They give every people. They don't know where you are living there. The high-story building. The next coming to your window and kill you. But nothing. Nobody is going to report that. They do that and they make it. Nobody.
And they get away with all of that.
Yes. Nobody. No record. But thank you, God. Now they can't get away with this. But the problem is our people now. How can we convince our people Nigeria is not war and it will never be war? See, believe me, it won't come. It will be. I dream about that. It's not possible. This system. After Obasanjo finished his tenure, 9 years or something, he's telling that he go to Singapore. He has his friend. I was in my stock exchange on that time. I see the one, so I read the paper. Obasanjo, after 9 years or 8 years of Obasanjo, they said that he know why Nigeria is not being good. It's not being proper. After 8 years, because he went to his friend in Singapore, and his friend said, if you use writing to do writing, but you have been a president for 8 years,
you didn't do it. Thank you so much, sir.
I'm thank you. You are a back. People in Obasanjo be 8 years and people in Eba don't know who is the president of Nigeria.
It's a shame.
Is that a country?
It's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Thank you, sir.
The public is to invite to tell our people now, Maiyegun, I love your Sunday. I share it.
Thank you, sir.
It.
Thank you.
Me and my colleagues, my wife, everyone of us.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
We have to pass this information.
We will keep passing.
If you continue like that, and do you know the funny thing, sir?
Yes, sir.
They are replacing their children. They are replacing their children. They are recycling their children to this position. And their father, 80 years. 80 years. After 40 years, nothing. 60 years, nothing. Our children is coming up now, man.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's hear from others too. I have another caller from Nigeria too. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, it's a pleasure hearing from you today. So you stay safe, sir. Have a good one, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have another caller from Nigeria, I believe. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Oh, good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very glad to speak with you this evening. My name is Esther and I'm calling from Spain.
Oh, Esther from Spain. Please, you have the floor, ma. Go on.
Okay. My opinion on what is really going on in Nigeria is that I want to really put it or make a statement from the Bible. The Bible said before you can take something out of the eyes of someone, you need to remove the one in your own eyes first. But the problem of the politicians is the problem of the youth. Why do I say so? Most of the dirty job the gapas or they'll say the position are doing, they need the youth to carry them out. So the youth are helping them to carry out all their dirty jobs. Until the youth refuses to say no, then is where our solution starts from. Every individual, nearly 99% of Nigeria youth are corrupt. And we are encouraging the youth to make money easily. And so everybody goes for money, and that is where the corruption starts from. It's not that in the early 80s or 70s, it will be very difficult for you non-employ someone to buy a car. Your parents will accept it. Everybody around you will accept it. But today, parents don't even ask their children where they get their money from. So, until we stop certain things we are all involved in, Nigeria is so corrupt. I have never seen a country so corrupt as Nigeria. Nothing in Nigeria is working. Nothing.
Everyone wants something. Everyone wants something from you.
So embarrassing. The bet at the airport was not working. There was no light at the airport, international airport.
But let me add this. Yeah, let me say this, ma. Right now, all this you are saying right now, as rightly as as factual as they are, if you should go to Nigeria and say that publicly, why is this not working? Why is that not working? This is wrong. This is wrong. You will be arrested and be tried for treason as a terrorist. Do you know that?
Yes. I just had a friend who was among those who protested. He's arrested. The 2 days ago, they sent me a message that they are taking him to court. He has not even been to court, but just read the paper that he has been in court, and the case has been adjourned to December 2nd. He has not been in court. They just arrested him for nothing.
Now, that's where we have the problem. Exactly. So that's where we have the problem. When they arrested Sowore, so many people felt like, well, it deserved it. I read that everywhere at the time, where many people also condemned it. But what people didn't know then is that arresting Sowore, arresting other people and charging them for wrong things can happen to anybody and will happen to everybody. It depends. It's just going to be different way, right? Now, we see Sowore in all of us. Your own friend is arrested for protesting for everything you yourself just told me now. No good facilities at the airport. This is not working. That is not working. And your friend joined the protest, got arrested for that, committed no crime. That's the country we have now. Esther, that's what we have now. That is even beyond the children making more money or making faster money. If you do anything illegally, you expect the law to catch up with you, right? Those who are doing the illegal things are being rewarded. Do you know that?
Yes, sir, but you know why I brought that point is that most of the talks that was on that protest were the youth.
Yes,
the people they paid was the same youth, fighting youth.
Hmm.
So until the youth steal some of the mentality, some of them, not all, steal some of this mentality they have, I refuse to take money from them. Because at 60, most of them are from 70 years old. They cannot go and do most of those jobs.
You are right.
They need the youth.
You are right.
Those youth say no.
Then they will be. How do we then make them say no, in your own opinion? Because I quite agree with you there, 100%. Because all those old babas, they call for war, but they don't fight the war. They send young people.
Yes, sir.
Even those who are working for them in the police, in the secret service, and all of them, who are supposed to be working to protect Nigerians, are working against Nigerians to protect those babas. How can we convince, in your own opinion, man, what do you think can be done to convince these young people? Because I'm doing my own part, continually telling them.
This is why we are all talking now. The program you are doing, the one Anandi is doing, all the social media, which is our voice. Especially we, the diaspora, we are all exposed, we are seeing what is going on.
Yeah.
So we need to tell them, pass the information. Once the information can reach to them, I believe most of them will change because it's not favoring anybody. I've been here for years. I am deciding to go home and stay permanently. But sometimes my husband, which country are you going to stay permanently? That country, they can kidnap you any moment. They kidnapped us 2 years ago. We have to pay 350,000 naira. The SARS, they just took us to ATM and tell us, if you don't give us this money, you will be shot there. And they did it to the person there. You won't even know, it's not even police station. It's not completed, they will just carry you on the way. Wait.
My dear sister, right? Did you just say you got kidnapped as well by SARS and you have to bail yourself with 300,000 naira 2 years ago in Nigeria?
350,000, yes. You gave them 200,000 cash that was with us. And again, we paid them. They said it's not enough. It's not enough that we have to go to ATM. And we still don't have such money. They said, if you don't pay this money, you will be killed. And they took someone out of the building and they gave him a shot. And we were so afraid. So we had to say, okay, they go and we will just withdraw. Thank God, because this is so serious. It's so serious. It's so serious. People are suffering. Innocent people are dying. Innocent people are dying.
But the people that are standing up, see, Esther, the people that are standing up are now being persecuted. They nearly killed Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know that? They nearly killed him too. So people who are standing up are being criminalized. And so many people are backing them up.
They are killing more silently. Silently, these people are killing more people. The ones we are talking on the phone now is little compared to what they are carrying out behind. I'm telling you the truth. If you go to that place where they keep people, the asking people in Lagos there, I cannot really tell the place. That place you will find more than 100 people. Those people, their family have not brought out money. They will just silence you. And Nigeria don't have that. That's where you can do for your family. You will think they're still in Lagos. Many of these people are dead. They are dead. I'm telling you the truth. Nigeria just gives someone half attention. It's not a country you think
It's depressing, isn't it? It is depressing.
It's not a country you think about. That is why our brother will just say, it's better you go there and take your family. But we should still remember there are friends.
Neighbors, people we grew up with.
All our effort together and see if we can bring solution out.
Thank you.
Bring solution out. The Bible says he that killeth will swore will die with sword. So most of these people are going to die until we take action. And this is why I was so discouraged when this answer protest stopped, because I was so happy when it started, but they just discouraged us. We shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't be afraid. I want to encourage Nigerian youth. The same way we rose up when we said Babangida must go. This is the time we must tell Buhari must go. They buy the country, let everybody go their own way. I am begging the youth. The youth from the university. The university boys are not talking anymore. You people are doing courts. This is the time we do the highest court. This is the time we do the highest court. The university guys rise up. You people should rise up. I'm begging you, rise up. Not fighting yourselves in the schools. This is not the time for that. This is the time to tell the capabs. All of you must go. All of you must
Thank you.
go.
That is.
And let the new country start. A new country, locally.
Thank you.
No going down. That is my opinion.
Thank you so much, Esther. That's a powerful one. And I'm glad. I know.
Rise up. I say to the youth of Nigeria, please rise up.
Thank
We
you.
are all standing behind you all.
Thank you. Have a good night, okay? Have a good one. So let me take this other one from another caller. Hello. You are now live, sir, on Maiyegun's Diary.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
Thank
Well
you.
done for good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from London.
Lovely.
My name is Ayo.
AY, second AY on the line. I mean on the program tonight. Go on, sir.
Yes, my brother. So my own point is this: if you are talking about Nigeria youth, you don't need to be talking about Nigeria youth generally, because the mindset of the youth in the north, even with the mindset of the youth in the south.
You are right.
The way the youth in the north see things is not the way the youth in the south see things. And if you now look at this planning, I go back to the issue of Nigeria since 1960. How do we live our lives in 1960? Between 1960 and
I hope I haven't lost AY. AY, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, brilliant. Please go on, sir.
I can hear you. So what I'm saying is that we need just to go back to history a little bit. Then we check what happened 1960 to 1970. Then from 1970, what happened from 1970 to 1980? It's all about killing everything to date. That means they put 3 different people that don't agree together to live in one house. That is going to turn, going to start a place. You understand?
I'm
To
with
me,
you.
the solution for us is everybody go on their way. It's just simple. We don't need to be talking about any other thing, anything. Nobody can fix Nigeria. Nobody.
It's a waste of time.
Nobody. Now election, everything is waste of time. It's just pure waste of time. What we need to be fighting for the youth in South is just everybody go on their own, so that we know how to fix our own thing on our own way. That is my own contribution.
Thank you, Baba.
Me, I have come to a conclusion that nobody can fix Nigeria. We just have to everybody walk away, go and fix your thing.
Everybody should just carry your own cross. Why is that difficult? That's my own problem. Like, how is this difficult? Is it because we are not really coordinated or what? How is that difficult for us to raise and talk to a 60 million population and say you can have your own country and you'll be bigger than many European countries that many of us go to for visa?
It's so simple. It's because our family, to me, we have been never ready. Look at NSAS. When NSAS put the start, after the shooting at Lekki, when the youth angry, all these police, all of them run away.
They did.
Any of them, they're all underground. They're just waiting for what is going to happen next. I wish the youth see on the street for 2 or 3 days.
No, exactly. The soldiers would have joined them too.
Do you know what happened in my area? Because I came from the Europe side,
All right.
the other side. During that period, all our boys there, they shift all the customs, the police, everybody from the road. They start moving rice in, and price of rice in my area just crashed to 25,000 immediately. See, so if you look at in the South Nigeria, the custom will kill our own people in the South.
The rate at which they are killing young people at that Idiroko border, AY. The rate at which they are killing people there, you will think that there is no government in Ogun State that actually has record of their own people. They are shooting at young people at that place like murder there.
That's where I grew up from. I'm telling you. Sometimes I can't sleep when you see government killing people because of rice.
Yeah.
Rice.
Bag of rice.
Bag of rice. My brother, we need to wake up. We need to wake up.
Thank
See,
you.
it's once and for all. We fight the fight once and for all and get this thing done. I'm not being, you see the North can come, they will threaten us, that they want to rule us. Why? They control everything, they control the foreign trade, they never travel abroad, they never do nothing, but they control everything. It's when I was born till now, no Yoruba man has ever been control of custom in Europe. It's always outside land, always outside for Europe. That's why I grew up. You will never hear the name Yoruba man.
You only hear that the barrack at the Europe. You always hear that living.
Thank you, Ewa. It's on record, yeah. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Papa. Appreciate you. God bless you. Nice one. Oh, the better go the end. No, with the watch. Now. Nice one, Papa. Have a good one, sir. Yeah. Ewa. So I have another caller and a quick one. This hello. Hello, sir. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun General.
Kabiyesi.
Now the same show now you talk from.
You are live. It's like I've got so many videos that sometimes you guys always doubt it. Like, is it live or is it another one? But you are live. So listen to the phone more. The audio, the video is delayed. The streaming out there is delayed by a minute. By a few seconds. Okay, so listen to the phone more so that we can have our chat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk now.
You're on here.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the good job.
I'm with you. So you're on here. So what's your contribution to us tonight?
Okay, the total contribution is that definitely you're doing a very fantastic job. You are Franklin, Namdi, and then the listener of the shows. What a good job.
Thanks a lot.
But I would say break this thing 9 ground so because this fight, I told you from Toronto, this fight, we're not going to finish our We're going to finish this fight. We're going to finish this fight. Anyway, we're going to finish this fight. I tell you, I don't know why. I feel understand this young men and young women and I don't just Nigeria say maybe that's here. But anyhow, we will feel contribute from the diaspora. And then you don't try. Look, I let the film this show again.
Baba.
When you come on afternoon, evening, you come. Really, that will be the same man.
We won't stop. You know that we shouldn't stop. This is the most. See, this is the least we can contribute to what the likes of Sowore and those young boys and girls in Nigeria who are being hunted down by their government. They are being criminalized, turned to criminals when they have not committed any crime, while criminals are being compensated, given money, rehabilitated, and protected. This is why we can't stop. So turning on the camera when we have the time, spending time together to enlighten ourselves and raise awareness all over the world, raising support for the people back home doing this is the least we can do, sir. Told you.
Yes. See, the Fulani that they go write petition. We see how the aftermath stupid and now ignorant this people. They write petition to stop the switch from.
I wanted to ask you about that. That this DJ Switch is on the en route to Canada, and as it stands, she is going to get that political asylum, no matter what petition is being put up, because there are some people who actually took her out of Nigeria right now. She's not in Nigeria anymore. So how is it so far? What's the reactions of Nigerians towards DJ Switch in Canada so far? Like, if you can give me a few hints here and there, gist.
It is an extremely welcome. It is an extremely welcome situation. Look, everybody here in Trump, look, they're so happy. They're extremely happy for people like her. I'm telling you. She don't table the thing before Parliament now. I want to do the good right. And that's, we still need to do again. We need to do again now by force. She's extremely welcome in Canada. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for that protest. If people don't come protest, all they miss is one day they are going to go and they go protest.
I trust you. I trust you.
We're going to finish this fight, we're going to finish this fight. Not till I say people back again, people go relax. No, we're going to finish this fight.
Thanks, Baba. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Yeah, and how are the girls? And right there. Well, I'm talking about those, because I believe that there was the other time you showed up on Maiyegun's diary. Remember the family?
Yes.
Good. So I'm just saying a shout out to the family. So thank you so much, Toju, for your time. Okay. Nice over. Yeah. Let me take this another one. Yeah. So I've got another caller here, which would likely be my last caller, by the way. So hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Maiyegun International.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Amen.
God bless you.
Amen.
More power, more grace for you.
Amen.
God
Amen,
bless you.
sir. Thank you, sir.
People like us are sincere lover of your show. And we love you. And we love Sowore as well.
I love you too. I do.
All people who doesn't have the right thinking, that will never know the truth, that will never know what's it, that will never know what's next. My respect to you. You really earn my respect.
Thank you.
Seriously. And Sowore as well.
Thank
People
you.
like you. We will always continue to find people like you in this world. That is it. And that is how God has decided. Now, this is what I want to say very quick, so that I won't take your time.
Absolutely, sir. Go on, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm a big fan of Sowore, which everybody knows. I'm going to tell you my name later.
Okay, sir.
I'm a big fan of Sowore, and everybody knows. Even my friends on Facebook, they will say, "Oh, you know you Sowore boy." I said, "Okay, leave it. Let it be. But you are a Jaga bandit boy. You are Jaga thief boy. You are Omoyele boys. You are Omoyele boys.
The Jaga addict, the Jaga bandits.
Yes, it is better for me to be a loyalist to those, to the trumpet who speaks the truth, than the trumpet who speaks lie and deceive people and kill people. And that is what I stand for. You see, the reason why they wanted to kill Sowore, the reason why they want to kill Sowore, it's nothing much. It's because they hate the truth. They hate who anybody will stand up against them and tell them to their face that what you are doing is wrong, is bad, and we will never accept it. They hate people like that. They hate people like that. They don't want to hear from
But do they have to always put up trump up charges? It's like if they get you now, nobody will know that because you've not done any evil thing to Nigeria as a politician or anything, right? Now, if they hold you now, they can easily just put your picture out there and say you are a terrorist, and they suspected you because they believe that you are supporting a terrorism. In Dubai, Dubai was able to trace those who are sending money to Nigeria, for Boko Haram. For 5 years, they couldn't. Yeah.
I said, okay, you guys bound the account of the protesters. What about the Boko Haram? Do they have account? Are they getting money?
Yeah.
Are they getting their self food? Are they getting things to destroy the country? Which account are they getting the money? Then they came to see. What is to tell you? Our politicians, our leaders, they are the only people, and they will never go country. This generation, we hold them accountable for everything.
We are documenting everything.
Yes, this is what I want to say quickly. You see, to me, I feel some Nigerian people, they are the biggest problem. They are the one who wanted to vote. Everybody can rally like this man who sacrifice everything. It's everything who is a compatible man in the United States. Who is compatible, who doesn't need to fight for anything, and just go on and live his life. Yeah, but he left those 2 things and came back to Nigeria to fight for us. But my problem is even our people that they are fighting for, they turned away from him. They hated him more than they should. And that is the problem. So I feel our people are the one who wants to keep Sowore. Because they're the one who are empowering the government. And maybe they stood behind Sowore and say, no, this man is saying the truth. I'm telling you, the government will be scared to put any charges on him. So I am holding our people back. I am holding them accountable for Sowore's right. Because they are the people, they are the evil perpetrators. I see them on Facebook. You will see crazy comments like this. I will say, oh, no. After I do so, I tell them, one day she will go back to the United States. And they do it like they are not ready to be free from the body. When they are ready to be free from the body, they will suffer, they will cry.
But it's just going to be a vicious cycle.
So, my take is, it's the government, yes, they are the agent. They are the agent. Now, one thing that the people itself who are not ready to be liberated, they are the ones who support the government when they are doing the right.
It's a shame as well. Let me also quickly just back you up a bit here. It's a shame that we have seen government killed so many people who tend to try to stand for people. They get, people crucify them, government kill them. Then when they are dead, the people will now come.
Before we celebrate I say, I just need to come over it because the way I think, people tell me you are a madman, right? I say, okay, let it be because the way I think, you can never think that way. That's why I put it on Sarah because of this. I just pray for Sowore that they will destroy him. They will have destroyed his Albuba. I just pray. I pray because I don't know. They just don't want to hear the truth. They just don't want to hear it. And my take is please, the Christians and the Muslim brother, let's keep praying for him. Let's keep praying for him. That God should uphold him. God should make him strong. This is a tough time in his life. When you are saying something that want to kill you, it's really a very tough time. Let's keep praying for him. And I know this struggle we're going through, and Nigeria will be liberated from the shackle of these demonic leaders. And we have found ourselves. We will be liberated. And don't be led. People have like this. Don't be led. Don't be led. They dig down to Jesus Christ of the Lord. Never related. It's still not my head. So don't relent.
We will keep pushing.
People like you in places. Don't put people like you in places to speak the truth. And anybody who doesn't go with them, don't care about them. Let them rot in hell. Keep saying it.
I love it, sir. I love it, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Baba. God bless you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. You didn't still tell me your name. I won't forget. Sorry, say that again. Mike from US. God bless you, Baba. That was a powerful one there. Mike, stay safe, okay? Have a good one.
I was part of the protest in Houston. I was part of
Amazing. I can tell. I can feel the vibrancy there. It's something from someone from from the hood. So thanks so much, Baba, for that. It's a powerful one. Well appreciated. Thank you, thanks a lot, Baba. Good one.
Yes, sir.
So that's Mike from Houston in US. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtains, okay? But we will be back tomorrow afternoon, hopefully. When I'm going to be back, you get to know. That is why you need to subscribe, okay? Subscribe on the page if you haven't. And then click on the notification. I think I can tell that many of you would love to phone in as the line is so busy now. I even saw Jocelyn trying to phone in to make a contribution. We couldn't really get Jocelyn on at the time. But don't worry, okay? I will be back again tomorrow afternoon, God willing, and then we will take this on. I decided to make this an open mic where you won't just be contributing by commenting, you will also be able to phone in and add your voice. And good enough, we have many of you who actually was able to call in, as well as many of you who tried to phone in. We'll have our day again, okay? But here is going to be my own a bit of a recap and the closing of this conversation tonight. The Nigerian government, as deadly as they are, they will frame anybody up in order to hang them. But what you should be asking yourself is this: you may not like the approach of Sowore. You may not even like the faces of some of these guys, right? But you should never excuse that to justify illegality, brutality, and all this manner of assault on them. You were alive when many people agreed at the time that PDP had to go, right? That happened, and many people who were not even part of those who said PDP must go have been killed. Many people who stood and fought against the emergence of APC, they've become victims of their own, of their criminality, by the way. So it means that everyone is at risk. Everyone is a Sowore. Everyone is everyone is an NSAS protester that is being vilified, persecuted right now. You may not like the faces of these people. You may not like their approaches. You may not be so used to their approaches because they've not done anything illegal. They've not done anything out of the law. And the government of Nigeria that want to indeed stop terrorism shouldn't be scapegoating our citizens who they know genuinely are asking the government to what? To protect them, secure the country, at least get you a life. A good governance is your right. That was what they campaigned for, and that was what they should have given to you. If they are not giving that, you have every right to question that. So you may not like their faces. That shouldn't make them criminals. Okay? Protesting in a democracy is your right. It is the right, inalienable right of yours. Nobody should dictate to you how to use it. Nobody should dictate to you when to use it. I mean, if you commit any illegality, they should have the law take its course, not by framing you up. So many of you who agreed then that a revolution now was going to overthrow Buhari, was it because of the poor education, or just because of selective, bias that many of you suffers from anyway? But let's put it straight. If your reason for justifying illegality is because you support illegality only when it is not happening to you, you are wrong. You know why? All of you, every one of you is a Sowore. Every one of you is exact. You are not different from those they killed while they are trying to flex their muscle over civilians in Nigeria, the soldiers. You are not different from those killed, because those killed could be you. Yes, they may not kill you on a protest ground. They may not kill you there. They may not kill you by arresting you or trying to extort you. But there are many ways you can get killed by the system they put together in Nigeria. Everyone is a victim. That you haven't become one that is physical yet shouldn't make you rejoice when the state conspired, right, to criminalize activists, people who are asking the government to do the right thing. That doesn't really gel well if you have to really think about it, honestly. It won't gel well because it is wrong. If you do anything wrong, the law should take its course and arrest them. So for 1 year, they kept Omoyele Sowore in Abuja, right? Because they charged him for treason. And some of you are saying the government is ignoring him. The government is trying to ignore him. It's throwing its weight around. It's looking for popularity. It's looking for attention. Is that because of a Stockholm syndrome you are suffering from? Or is it just because of this, sort of long-time abuses that millions of Nigerians, millions of generations of Nigerians have suffered from? The abuses from the hand of the powerful people, the oppressors, who uses the state power to oppress you illegally. Is that because of that mentality from that people begin to think that government is ignoring him when they use their law to limit him in Abuja, and they refused to honor all the court appearances where he is challenging his bail condition under the law? For 1 year, the government of Nigeria is yet to prove that Sowore was planning to overthrow Buhari. They said they had evidence, DSS. Imagine what the joke these guys have become. So you cannot justify that simply because you don't like Sowore. If you justify that, you will be a victim too. And Sahara reporters that you tend to despise so much, Sahara reporters will likely share your story. I mean, if you get kidnapped, and for example, you get kidnapped, they kidnap your whole family because you return to Nigeria. They kidnap your whole family. After taking ransom, they kill some of them. Sahara reporters will break the news, will tell the whole world. Do you think those Sahara reporters shared their news about those who have become victims, villages that have been ransacked, children that have been kidnapped, those that have been killed, and none and none and none and none like that? When the governors, and especially the northern governors, when they pretend that everything is all right in their region, is it not Sahara reporters and others that are bringing you the update on all this calamity? All the reactions about the failure of Boko Haram, are you not getting them mostly from Sahara reporters? So if you have your own personal grudges with him, understandable, you have the right to have that. I'm not going to judge you by that. What I'm questioning is that how can you then justify something that will likely happen to you too, that is happening to someone else, simply because you think it says something about your criminal preferred thief in Nigeria? It doesn't matter, by the way, whether you... Now, let me even say this. Maybe sometimes some of you, when you watch your videos like this, and we talk about people conspiring to either arrest, attack, assault, or kill anyone in Nigeria, and you justify them. Some of you justify them. You are like, they deserve that. They should be killed. It should be this. It should be jailed. It should be that. What you don't understand is that we are not asking you to change your mind the way you see them. I'm not asking you to. I'm just saying that whenever all these things happens, right, you are just a step away from experiencing it too. Honestly speaking, you have no idea that you are living outside Nigeria today, and you can conveniently say SARS protesters are terrorists when you know the real terrorists. And you can conveniently say that it's only the Yahoo boys that are against SARS. Yes, because you don't live in Nigeria. When we talk about the bandits who are now collecting tax from the locals in Zamfara, in Kaduna, in Katsina, in Sokoto, they are collecting tax from the farmers who are planting during the planting season. They are collecting tax from them to harvest those. But the politicians in Nigeria are not bothered about that. They are not really concerned about that. In fact, telling you that today will probably make me another candidate of what is going on to Sowore. That is the reality. Now, if you go to Nigeria and you continue to deny this obvious reality, you will go to Nigeria and you can become a victim too. Sahara Reporter will share it. Maiyegun's diary will declare your story. The whole world will react. Jesus Christ, oh, Allah Akbar, oh, Jesus Christ, oh, what up? Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is bad. Everybody will talk about Nigeria is bad. Do you want to wait till you become a victim too? So when Sowore says stop this bad governance, and other young, brilliant minds and then brave, courageous young people are saying, let us break up the country. Let us stop this madness. You stay aloof, sitting on the fence, because you are far away from Nigeria. You are sitting on the judgment chair. You can pass judgment. You can tell and support the government. Like I do tell people, it's so fun, isn't it, that it is so great to be patriotic Nigerian from outside Nigeria. You can see them in America. You can see them in London. You can see them in Canada. You can see them all over the place. Right there where they are giving back, or let me say they are giving backing to the corrupt, rigged system in Nigeria. They justify the freedom, rehabilitation, de-radicalization, compensation for terrorists who have killed people, kidnapped, raped, sold human beings as slaves in this sub-Saharan slave market, now opened by the ISWAP and Boko Haram, selling human beings as slaves in Nigeria market, Nigeria terrorist market. All those who are doing that are getting compensated. You, from your base in America, from your base in London, you sat down there and you said Sowore should be jailed for life for asking the government to stop the killings, to stop the looting, to stop the harassment, to stop what is going on now that you can be a victim of. You sat there, or you've been sitting there anyway, justifying that, claiming to be a patriotic Nigerian, telling people that Nigeria cannot break. Nigeria is this and that. Those who are, you are sitting down there, Abby. Meanwhile, what those people who are demanding for the breakup of Nigeria are demanding for, they are things that their own relatives, family members, people they know, people they grew up with, have become victims of. Now, do you want to wait till you become a victim too? Or you're just living in denial because many of you have been victims many times? You have examples in your family. You have examples of how the system has ruined lives of the people. Is it the healthcare, the education system, what? Security system? Or is it the economy, where the young people are graduating to become what? To become PA, SA, to thugs, political criminals called senators. Yeah, that is what we have. So, do you want to wait till you become a victim too? Because everybody is going to be a victim. Everyone. Until everybody comes together to realize that you are all endangered. And if you don't see it, that means you have no idea. So yeah, you can stay abroad, like myself, and start claiming patriotic Nigerian, amazing Nigerian, honest Nigerian, the one that is arise to come patriots and all that make up lies. But the truth remains. Whatever they do to Sowore, whatever they do to him from now, whatever they've been doing to him, and whatever they have done, all they have been doing to other young people that have been speaking up, and they are criminalizing them, terrorizing them, freezing their bank accounts, freezing their lives, making a mess of their lives, while they pay 150,000 naira to repentant Boko Haram. Can you imagine that? Now they are plotting to take him, and they're going to make it look like he was trying to escape, that they're going to shoot him. That was the plan. It's in the public. How they carry it out won't really matter anymore. The Attorney General Malami has come to the court to get what is called a court order. So very soon they are going to pick Sowore up. Yes, they're going to arrest him and on a jump up. And if they arrest him, it's good. If they don't kill him, I don't know how that's going to play out. Okay, but it's not going to play out well. And I hope the rest of the world is watching. Just as I always said, I always believe, whatever happened to Sowore is happening to every person. Sowore is even a bit privileged. Yes, he's been privileged enough, despite that he's a prisoner of the state. He's still been able to go about to encourage you young people to stand up, stand up. He could have just picked his bag, speak to one or two guys that are going to get him out of Nigeria. Nigeria is a lawless place. If Sowore wants to get out of Nigeria, anytime he can get out of Nigeria, and yeah, he will get out, nothing will happen. But forever his conviction is, he doesn't deserve to be treated as a criminal by the criminal government that is releasing criminals and compensating criminals and then criminalizing activists. You shouldn't be supporting that, by the way. I don't know what you believe in. I don't know whatever disagreement you may have, however, displeasure you may have about what Sowore stands for. You should not be supporting that barbarity, because yes, it can be you. I'm going to see you guys again tomorrow. If you have the time, join me. To every one of you who participated tonight, thank you so much for your time. So those of you who are still going to watch this video later, remember, you can always be the change you want to see. Okay? Hate doesn't really build, it destroys. Love builds. And what you need most right now is for everyone who has been victims, or who is willing never to be a victim, or who is ready to speak up for a victim, or the victims of the state-sponsored brutality. What you should be looking forward to now is to be a Sowore and make sure that another Sowore, or let me say, whatever they do to them now is never done again. If you can do that, you may be saving the grace. Love that brings everyone together. Because there's something that unites everybody. We are all victims of the system. A rigged, corrupt, degenerated system that only serves the interest of the greedy and denies the needy. As Sowore would say, he says, let us start taking care of the needy and stop feeding the greedy. Yes, stop feeding the greedy and start taking care of the needy. That's what Sowore stands for. Okay? And I think that's something you should stand for too. Wherever you are standing, don't stand on the side of the oppressors. Do not stand on the side of the people who will watch you killed, brutalized, dehumanized, just for them to show how powerful they are to you, how advanced or how rich they are, despite the fact that they gained that power from you, or they are holding that power for you. So wherever you're going to stand, please don't stand on the side of the oppressors, because you will likely end up being the victim or their next victim too. I'll see you again tomorrow. Good evening.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Jíjó ìgbádìyẹ
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presidency bá rúfin o
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ.